Hello, welcome back to Funtime Crafts 24/7. This is a Let's Make video, and what we're making today is we are making a really fun project from Anna Griffin's Create Fall 2025 event. This is a version, it's not the exact one that was in the event. I redid the box to where it would hold greeting cards and envelopes. So you could like do a set of 3 and give it away as a gift, and thought that was a fun use of the idea. And so this is what I made from the event. It's a really sweet matchbox style gift box holder or greeting card holder, and you could do like one really voluptuous Anna Griffin card, or if they weren't as much, you could do 2. If you did regular sized cards, you could probably get at least 3 in this box, which is a nice number of cards to give as a gift, I think. And so it's a slider one like this. It slides. You have a front cover. It has a window in it. This is dual-sided paper, so it's really pretty on the inside of the slider as well. And it being dual-sided paper, the inside is totally decorated, and it is absolutely gorgeous. And so it has a little pull handle with a little eyelet. It's absolutely fun and beautiful. So this is what we're gonna make today. And I'm not using the same paper collection, and we're doing a Christmas version of this. You don't need these dies. There's no dies actually for the actual box itself. It's just to decorate them up, and you can use anything. So I was just going to use a few of them that I have in my stash. So for the front window on the box, I'm going to use this set here. It's the Anna Griffin 3D filigree concentric dies, and they don't even have to be Anna Griffin. They can be Crafter's Companion. They could be Heartfelt Creations. They could be Hero Arts. They could be Stamps of Life. They could be any dies. But this is the set that I'm going to use right here. It's a beautiful die set, and those were your examples, and this is it. I'm using the intricate one and the layering one. The layering one to create my window, and then this to frame around it. Won't that be so pretty? I'm loving that. And then we're going to use that, and then to help embellish it, we're going to use this set here, which is the mini Christmas botanical set. This one here. There's a snowflakes, poinsettias, bells. There's a ballerina, or no, a ballerina. That's the other set. There's foliage and a holly. There's a bow. It's a beautiful set. I'm not sure if any of these are still available. I'm just pulling out what's in my stash, and I recommend you do that as well. You can Google and see if you can find it on eBay if it's not in Anna Griffin's website, or on in your search menu, because sometimes it comes up under several other places if it's still available. The other one we're going to use possibly is the 3D Beautiful Bow Dies. This gorgeous set right here, all these different styles of bows. I might use that one, or I'll use the bow out of this other set, that the mini botanical set. So that's what those look like. And then last but not least, this fun set here. Oh my gosh, this one has been a hoot to play with. This is the decoupage one I was talking about. This has the ballerina in it. The Christmas characters decoupage set dies. And this is the one that has a nutcracker, a ballerina, a deer, a snowflake. It has a little mouse king. So cute. And then they have all their little layering pieces. So the deer has a little his little blanket and its little scarf. Then there's the snowflake, and then on the front, and we're gonna use the nutcracker, and he has his little vest and his boots and his little hat. Like, right? How cute is that? The little ballerina has her little dress, and a bow, and the king has his little cape and his boots and his little crown. Like, isn't that just adorable? And these are so cute. I just used these recently on my the Anna Griffin Book Nook project share. Yeah, on the project share that I had on a tutorial, that I showed on a tutorial, and it was super fun. So we're gonna use those, and then the paper. Oh, this is such a pretty combination of papers. We are using these 3. This is gonna be the cover, which you need two pieces. You need 2 pieces that are 7 1/8 by 7 5/8. So you can get those out of a regular sheet of 8.5 by 11, obviously. But you need one piece for the actual box. And then because this is single-sided paper, it's out of Anna Griffin's Christmas Anthology paper. It's single-sided. I need a matte layer, or I want a matte layer for the inside. So I'm going to use that as the inside. So look at, this is going to be the slider box. This is what is going to peek out at the end. This is the cover, what's peeking out at the end, and then that's going to be the inside that you'll see in the window. Wouldn't that be great? Oh, I think that is such a pretty combination of papers. It's so beautiful. But this set right here, it's the Christmas paper anthology. It's 102 sheets, several different designs, all single-sided, about 230 GSM, and they're just really pretty. You can probably get it on HSN or on Anna Griffin's website, and I'm not sure how much because I bought it for a screaming good deal. It was on sale. I got it for like $35 or $40. Normally it's like, I don't know, around $100. It's crazy expensive, but I buy a lot of things on sale. And so, there we go there. So let's jump in and get started. This is going to be a fun project. Now, this is the second time that I've started this video because the first time I made the box, came out really pretty. I did learn that before we fold it all up, we're going to ink the edges since this is white, and that really bothered me. And then when I was making the outside cover, I cut these short. I cut the sizes properly. I scored them on the wrong side, and I cut them in the wrong direction. So we're learning that today. Whoopsie. And there was no way to reuse it. So versus you guys getting into the video, following along, and then finding out I did it wrong. Yeah, because I can't cut and paste to save my life in technology world. But I can redo it and get more paper. So we're doing that. Yeah, so let's go ahead and start with the box here. And what we need to do is we need to cut it down to, this is I always do a little prototype, and I definitely recommend if you're starting a new project, one that you haven't made before, to just use it in to make it in some cheap white cardstock or just generic cardstock that you don't care about. So if you mess it up, your feelings are not hurt and you can move on. And it doesn't even have to be sturdy stuff, just something to practice doing all the cutting and folding on. And so for the most part, I do mine generally in white to get my mind wrapped around how it's going to go. This just in an envelope. I was testing for size, but these I wanted the box to be able to hold envelopes and greeting cards, and so it fits pretty good in there. And so yeah, it'll be really nice to have these in there. And so yeah, that's what we're making. So I just need the sizing. So let me show you my little scratch paper. Hopefully you can decipher it. This is what we're gonna need for the matchbox. So this is a matchbox style holder. For the box portion, the inside piece here, this piece here, you want a piece that is 9.5 by 11.5, and that's what this is going to be. I'm using this for. And then you're going to score on all the sides, 1 inch and then 2 inch. For the cover, you need 2 pieces of 7 1/8 wide by 7 5/8 inches tall. So if your paper is directional, that is very important. On the 7 1/8 side, so the width side, you're going to score at a 1/2 inch and then 1 5/8. On the 7 1/8 side, your width, 1/2 inch and then 1 5/8. And we're going to do all this together. But at that screenshot, right? Wait, pause, go. Okay, we're done. All right, there we go. And so let's get our cutting board. Let's get our paper trimmer. I don't know. I'm like putting together scoreboard and cutting paper trimmer all together. It's so silly. Okay, so first off, we need 9.5 wide. So this is our width. So 9.5 wide by 11.5 inches tall. 11.5 right here. And now we need to score this. And on the, oh, and then this one gets scored at 1 inch and then 2 inches. So on this, all the way around, 1 inch, my hair, and then 2 inches. Flip and proceed. 1 inch, 2 inch, flip and keep going until you get all the way to the other. Oh, but don't be fast. Steady Eddie, steady Eddie, steady Eddie. Flip. 1 inch and 2 inch. And boom, you should have something that is like this. So let's fold on all the score lines. We're going to fold on all the score lines here. So 1, 2, 1, 2, all the way around. Isn't this going to be fun? I love this plaid. It's such a pretty pattern of plaid. I don't like all plaids, but this one, I really love how this is. This is like a classic plaid styling. Okay, so now what we're going to do first, before we ink, I want to ink up the edges. I want to ink up my score line. I want to ink the score line because what I noticed was you can see white, and I did not want to see white. And I'm going to ink up this score line in black. And I think I'm going to just go ahead and do it right now so I don't forget. I don't want to see black. I don't want to see white because it's just so stark against the dark colors that the box is going to be. You'll just see that white line. So I'm just going to take some, and you could do this with brown or whatever color you want. I'm just doing black because it will just make it to where your eye just will glance over it. And this is the inside of the, like, you're not even supposed to see any of this by the time it's all done. So I'm just right over this score line and inking this up to disguise it. Just to disguise it, to help it to blend all in so your eye doesn't go, oh, there's a white spot. Why is there a white spot there? And it'll make it more fun. So happy accident that I messed up the other video. So I could actually do this and we could see what it looks like, and hopefully this works because I haven't made it yet. I haven't done this and made it yet. I just noticed in the video like, oh, bummer. And then I tried to ink it afterwards, and I even tried to use a little marker in there, and because it was already all folded, it was like down inside a crease. You could just only see it. You couldn't really get to it in any artistic way that would make it look nice without doing a ton of work. And so I'm all about no work. Let's try to do it the laziest way possible. Let's just ink it. Maybe not laziest. How about the easiest way? I don't want to do a lot of work. I want pretty stuff, but I don't want to have to do a lot of work for it. Or what doesn't seem like a lot of work. Some people might look at this project and say, that's a lot of work. They don't want to do it. Which is great, because then I can make it, because it's not a lot of work to me, and I can gift it. It works out great for everyone. So there we go there. Now let's proceed with our, and now you can see my nice little score line there. And now what you want to do is, basically for me, for cohesiveness, what I do on one side, I like to do on the complete opposite, especially in box making. It just makes it easier to remember all the steps, I think. Maybe not, but for me, it really does make it easier for me. So what you want to do is, when you're looking at this, we created 4 little squares on each corner when we scored it. And you want to cut the outside 3 squares off. So this one, and this one. And you want to turn this one into a tab. And so I want my tabs on the long side. And so in order to do that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and cut all 3 of these off first. And I'm just going to cut like right in the middle of the score line. And I'm going to cut these 2 off here because I'm right there. I'm going to cut this, turn back around, cut that, and cut this one off straight. And now to get my tab to be on this one here, I'm going to cut from here up to that score line there. from the score line I cut off up to the next score line to give myself a tab, like so. But actually, oh, and then on the top side on the outside side of this tab, I'm just going to cut it at an angle. And what that'll do is it'll make it easier for when I fold the flaps over to make it really pretty inside. And I think, no, actually, I'm going to leave that. I think it'll be just fine. So let's do the other side now. So you need to keep both of these, and you need to cut these 3 small squares off on this side now. So cut right on the line, turn your paper, cut both tabs off up to the one you just cut. So you're just cutting up to the first score line there, turning and cutting both little squares off. Turn it back around like this, and then cut to the first score line right there, and then turn and cut this little guy off, that little square off. And then turn your paper back around. Don't forget to turn it back around and put the tab on the long side. So then cut from the score line you cut at all the way up to the next one. And give yourself a tab, like so. So you have 2 tabs. Oh, and then don't forget to cut this one at an angle to make it easy to fold, like that. Okay, turn it all the way around on the other side, the complete opposite side, and cut these 3 squares off. Whoops, just up to the first score line. Cut these 2 off, like that, and then turn back around and cut this little square off. Okay, and now make sure to cut the tab that goes on the long one so it matches. So cut this one here on this side, like that, and then cut the top part of the outside at an angle to make it easier to fold over. Okay, now this side, cut all 3 of these off, just to the first one, turn and cut both little tiny squares off. Whoops, like that. Then turn back, cut this one off, turn, cut, and then keep this one on the long one. So turn your paper back and then cut on the short side, your tab out, up to the first score line. And then on the outside, cut it at an angle, so easy folding. There we go, we got it. Okay, now what you want to do is you want to put score tape on all the outside flaps, all the way around. Score tape on all the outside flaps. You could technically use glue on this part, but I find so I don't have to hold it, it's easier just to put score tape on this part instead of glue. And so we're just going to put score tape the first flap all the way around. Really easy. And you don't even need, you could just put one strip of score tape if you wanted to. You don't have to put 2. It's just to hold it while the glue is setting is all. Actually, yeah, so we'll just do that. Why? It's almost like I'm wasting it. Oh, man. Okay, so now what you want to do is you want to pick what side. I would start on the short side. Pull your backer off your tape. And then what you want to do now is you want to put glue on the second tab right here. So you have score tape on the top one, and you're going to put glue on the second one. Like this. Put a fair amount on so that way it holds really nice. Not gushing out, just it holds it good. Okay, and now what you want to do is you want to take the 2 tabs, you want to fold them up and then push these 2 sides in like this. And they're going to line up with that score line like that. And then what you're going to do is you're going to fold this flap over that you put adhesive on. And you're going to just fold this over. But while you're folding it over, you're pushing these 2 sides in. So that way they're nice and tight and square. So then just push them over like that. Pushing them in. You're just using your fingers like that. And then using your first finger and your thumb to fold that over. Then you're going to flip it like this. Put it on the table. Holding it down firmly. Push. And then use your bone folder to burnish. Like that. Right? That's not so hard. That's pretty simple. Pretty easy. And then you're going to turn your box now back on the table all the way to the other side. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. We're going to pull the backers off our score tape. We're going to add glue to the second panel or the second flap here. It's not really a flap, is it? That little 1-inch scored portion in the middle. Put a healthy amount of glue. Then you're going to push the sides and the 2 tabs in like this. Use your thumbs to roll up that flap and tuck it in over, pushing the sides in with your fingers like this and rolling it over tightly. Like that. Flip it over with your fingers on the table, push it down. Use your bone folder to burnish. Apply pressure. Whee! There we go. Like so. And now these sides, super simple. Pull the backers off your score tape and apply glue to the second inside flap. And then roll over. Secure and then burnish. Like so. Like that. And then, yeah, you're just rolling it over like this. Pushing it in, putting it on the table, pressing firmly, and then applying burnish with the bone folder. Like so. Oh, yeah. Beautiful. And then do that on the other side. And we're almost done with the box. We just have to put our little layer on the bottom. And then we'll be able to see what the inking looks like, if it was worth it. Maybe it wasn't worth it. I don't know. And you don't even have to do that step. I just thought it would look better so I didn't have a stark contrast. So now burnish with your... Proceed as we did on the other side. Burnish. Yeah, I just thought the black would help detract from that, like, white, empty space. There we go. All right, look, a box. That is great, right? That is awesome. Okay, and now we need a layer. And we need this layer to be 5.5 by 7.5. And so let's cut that. 5.5. And we're going 5.5 wide. So when you're looking at it, you should be able to read the writing on 5.5. But let's actually... I think this could be used. Let me cut it the long way first, the height wise. So 7.5 on the side of what you read. So 7.5 by, okay, and then 5, because I think this would be a nicer layering piece. Because you could use this for, like, if you were doing one of the boxes for the little Advent book. That would be a good one. So, okay, and then we need to buy 5.5 as you read it. There, see, like that. Perfect. And then this is going to go in here, but I'm going to put glue on it. Oh, it kind of helped a little. I wonder if there's something else I could do instead. I think I need a little bit more. It needs a little bit more help there. I wonder what it would look like if I put a marker on there. I'm going to try it. I'm just going to try it. Just running my marker around on that edge. And before I couldn't even get down in there. Oh, so don't ink it, just mark it. Just use a marker on this step. Ixnay the inking, eh? I think that's going to be way nicer. Let's see what that looks like. Oh, yeah, that's way better. Oh, that totally blends in. Okay, there we go. Just use the marker, and then you can use whatever color you want. Yeah. Oh, that's way better. I was like, it's better than it being white, I think. Okay, so let me get rid of this here because I'm done with this for a second. I was trying to figure that whole, how to get rid of the white business. That's why I like double-sided paper. Then you don't have to worry about that. All right, a healthy amount of glue. So it stays forever and ever. Honestly, you could probably put one tiny piece of tape on the back of this and it would probably be fine. Okay, and I know I'm up there I know it's up, but don't worry. We're just going to burnish this down and crease it into the corners. It's all going to be fine. Don't worry. Don't worry. It's probably a hair too long, and I should have, as I was looking at it, I should have just taken it out and trimmed it off a bit, but I didn't. So note to self, if you're doing this on the tutorial, if it's a tad too long, just take it out and trim it. But I was like, I didn't want to fight about it, and I was like, I'll just deal with it later. Okay. Yeah, because now it looks hanky. Alright, don't do that. That's okay. That was my choice. Designer's choice. I don't think you notice it too bad, but I would definitely take it out and trim it a bit. Yeah, but look, that looks better than the white line. It's not that bad. And so if you are lazy and don't want to take your piece out, it actually doesn't look that bad. And quite frankly, I don't think anyone's going to notice. I think they're going to be like, oh, you thought of me and made me a present. Okay, there we go. Like, that's not so bad. That's not so bad. Okay, there's the box, right? Pretty good, pretty good. And so now let's go ahead and make our outside cover. So for the outside cover, we need a 7 1/8 wide by 7 5/8 inches tall. So let's get that. 7 1/8. Wait, what did I say? 7 1/8 wide, 7 5/8 inch tall. Okay. Oh, wrong way. Whoopsie. Okay. Keep looking at it. 7 1/8 inch wide. And 1/8. Okay, so on this, 7 1/8 wide is going to be, so that's that. So this is this really big one. Let me get my pointer. This one here, that's your half, right? The second shortest one, so this is the tallest, is a half. The second shortest one towards the 7 is a quarter. If you split the difference from here to here, this third tallest one, so see, large, medium, small, that third tallest one, that's your 1/8. That's where we're going. So it's like 2 lines. If you have 16ths, it's 2 lines up. If you only have 8ths, it's probably the next line from the number you're cutting. So 7 1/8 right there. In between the quarter and the 7. Right there. Okay. Moving on. 7 1/8 inch wide. Eyeballing it like so. And choppy choppy. Okay, and now tall wise is 7 5/8. So there again, the 5/8 is the next tallest one after the half. So if you have 16th, it's 2 up. If you have an 1/8, if you only do 8ths, it's the next one up from the half. So right there, in between quarter and half, that one there. 5/8. That's your 5/8 number. I know, those are like really hard numbers, so we need 2 of these. Uno más, por favor. So 7 1/8. My chair is so squeaky. Norman! 7 5/8. Boom, like that, right? Look at that. Nicely done. Okay, now we got a score. And then we're popping windows in these babies. It'll be great. So one at a time, one at a time. And now from the left side on the 7 1/8 inch side, the 7 1/8 inch side, you are going to score at 1/2 inch. And then you're going to score at 1 5/8. And if you're on your score pal, it is going to be the next line. So there's half. It's the next line up. That's 5/8. 1 5/8. So half and then 1 5/8. And you're going to do that on both. On the 7/8 side. So half. And then 1 5/8. Boom. Look it. That's our cover. It's going to be like that. Now let's fold those score lines. Oh my goodness, I need a stool that doesn't squeak so much. Has lots to say. It's just so noisy. So like that. Look, how cute. Oh, I love this paper. It's so cheery. It's all wreaths. Oh, it's got all that gold foiling with those bright red bows. Is that not the most darling thing? So cute. So now let's see what it looks like with our little box here. Let's see before we get too far into it. Like, right? Isn't that going to be the cutest thing? And that's going to be the end. Won't that be great? Oh my gosh, that's going to be so cute. All right, we're going to have to do a little finagling because, yeah. But I'll show you if you end up like pushing your sides out because of my paper. You'll see how to fix it because we'll do that obviously when we put this one together. But first thing first, we want to cut a window. We want to cut our window in this. And I think we can just cut the window in it and we don't have to do anything else with that. So grab out whatever it is you're going to use for your frame because you don't have to do the same one I'm doing. You can do whatever's in your stash. So get your little pretty frames out. And so on this one, I'm going to use this first middle layering die. That's what my window is because that's going to be the frame on the outside of the window is this one. So let's grab this. Oh, we should probably grab this as a template. Let's not eyeball it. Let's see where we really want it to be. Line it up. So this is the front of our box, the top of our box. And so get some tape, mint tape, painter's tape, Spellbinder's best ever craft tape, whatever you have. Actually, I think you could probably even use Scotch tape. And then you're going to tape the inner part of it, tape that die down on the inner part because you're discarding that. And if you want, you could do a couple pieces. Like so. And then take this centering die off. And then you're going to unfold this and we're going to run this through our die cutting machine. Okay, so now if you want it to stay pristine and nice, you also want to put copy paper below and above. So what I would do is, if it was me, I would just fold a piece of copy paper in half, or scratch paper rather, discarding paper in half, and slide that puppy in. And then all I'm going to do is, like so. And what I'm going to do is put this right on my score line right there. So there's even pressure all the way. And I'm going to run this through my die cutting machine. Go. And then what that does is it gives an even look to the whole thing. Because it's on the score line. Boom. Right? Look at that. Oh, we have a window. Isn't that great? That is awesome. Okay, now you can keep this if you want for another piece for a different card. Or you want to cut something out of it. You totally can do that. And we're done with this piece. And we're done with this for a minute. And now what we want to do is we want to put score tape on here. And we want to put score tape on this side here. You could technically just use glue, but I like the fact that this is so quick. So there's this little 1/2-inch tab. That's what we're putting the score tape on. I use Sook Wing score tape because to me it's the nicest holding. It works the best as far as I have experience with. I heard Redliner tape is the same way, but I don't remember using it. I have some, but I haven't used it in eons, and I don't remember if it is or not. Or why I don't even use it. So I'm peeling the backer off, and I'm going to apply glue to this first tab here. To this 1/2-inch tab. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to line up this edge. So this is the, both of them are facing the same way. And so this edge is going to line up with that score line there, and we're going to line it up top and bottom and make sure it's as even as humanly possible, as our talents can make it. So line up on the edge, center it up from top to bottom, gently press it. Don't make it one yet, and fold it and make sure that you're lined up and it looks nice on this side, front and back. And if you're happy with it, unfold it and then proceed to burnish. Like so. And now what you're going to do is you're going to flip it over like this. You're going to push this side in, this 1-inch flap in with the glue tab. You're going to put glue. Make sure all your adhesive is on the top. You're going to apply glue. I'm using art glitter glue so it stays forever and ever. This stuff works amazing. It holds the world together. And so press this 1-inch side down along with your glue tab flat, and then fold the front of the, so this is going to stay flat on the table. This 1-inch flap or side is going to stay on the table as you fold just the front piece over. And then it's going to line up with this score line and top to bottom. You want to make sure you're lined up top to bottom as well, not just on the score line. And it's just basically going to fold flat over on itself and live. You can adjust it a little bit, but primarily it's going to pretty much just live where it's at. And so if you like it, it looks good to you, fold it back flat and burnish the heck out of it. Being careful not to mar your paper because obviously this is the top. And there you go. Boom. Right? Is that the cutest thing ever or what? And so, oh, can we get it apart? I didn't even think about it. This is, well, it works. It slides. Okay, guys, this works. Sometimes, yeah, this totally works. Sometimes, however, your box might be a little bit bigger. Like the sleeve, it won't go in the sleeve. What I should have done was not have done this. What I should have done is I should have actually wrapped the sleeve around the box, and on the back, I should have wrapped the sleeve around the box, wrapped around upside down like this, since this was the one I was gluing. And what I should have done was I should have wrapped it around like this, so this is over like this, and the tab's here, and I should have folded this up around. And honestly, I should have glued this one first and then did the back one, because sometimes, where's the back one? Oh, the back one's right here. I should have done the back one, honestly, last, because sometimes the box will get out just a little bit and your sleeve won't want to work. And what you do to make sure that you're not too tight is you wrap it around it and then glue it together. That's what I should have done, but we lucked out. This, worked out pretty good for us. I wanted to show you to make sure that you always had nice fit. So if you glue the front one first to the back and then wrap the back around, and then meet them up wherever they live, that will give you the best fit for your box. So if your box is just a hair janky, it will still fit and look nice. I forgot, but this actually worked out pretty good for us. So yeah, sorry about that. That's what I was going to show you though, was that's how to make sure to get a good fit. But this is still how you're supposed to put it together. This is the technical way. But I always like to have a little way out just in case I got to fudge it a little, because I didn't measure it. I wasn't, being completely, accurate with everything. I was just willy-nilly cutting it out, having fun, right? Trying to make sure. So yeah, if you glue the front one together and then glue the back one onto the back up together over the box, wrap it around the box and glue it together, just in case you have wonkiness, it will help disguise that. So there we go. Okay, so now what we want to do is we want to decorate. And now you see a window and you're like, what in the world? We need acetate on that bugger. You are right, we do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my die. I am going to get a piece of acetate. And get a piece of acetate. I wonder if this will fit. I'm looking for, no, wait, it will. It will fit. Okay, this is Cricut. This is Cricut acetate. And so there's a cover on it that you peel off after you're done cutting. And so what I'm going to do though is I'm going to tape this on to the center of my acetate. And actually, I'm going to go like this. Because I'm not trying to save, this is just, I'm not trying to save it or anything. And so I'm going to center this up in the middle of this acetate. I'm going to tape it on so it doesn't move. And then to get a nice piece for, honestly, I'm not die cutting it. To get a nice size piece of acetate for my card, I'm going to cut around this like 1/4 of an inch. Whoops. Oh, that's too, go out. That's not enough. That's not enough there. I'm going to have to use an 1/8 inch there. I wanted a nice amount. I was trying for at least 1/4, but I used my crooked eye. And you do not have to be perfect with this at all. I was going to use 1/8 inch tape anyways, so that worked out. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put 1/8 inch tape. I'm going to peel one layer of this film off, the protective film. It's a little wily. One layer of the protective. If you get most of the time the cheap stuff on Amazon, which is generally what I buy, it doesn't have that. It's just sheets of it, or there's like tissue paper in between. And so I'm going to put 1/8 inch score tape all around the edge of this sheet of acetate. And the reason I'm doing that is because the reason I'm putting the acetate on this side is that when I go to slide the greeting cards in and out of that box, they won't hit the acetate window, causing chaos. I try to eliminate as much issues as I can if I see and or think of them. And so I noticed when I had cards in that other one, because the window's glued to the bottom side of this window, when I went to put the drawer of Anna Griffin cards in, it kept hitting the window. So to alleviate that, or to eliminate that issue, I'm putting it on the top. But the other thing was I need to get the film off the top of this as well. I forgot to peel it off before I took. There we go. And now this is just going to get securely fastened. Oh, or is it down here? Which way? Is it symmetrical, that die? Oh, it's magic. Yeah, you need to leave a bigger space around it than I did. For sure. Is that lined up? I think my... Okay, I'm gonna err on this side because I know I'm putting a bunch of decorations, but you'll want to cut your window out obviously much better than I did. You want a much bigger piece to put your tape on, because look, it's like in the window. You'll see that after I put the layer on, but I'm decorating that. There's gonna be a nutcracker there, so it's not that big of a deal. Oh, and make sure our paper's upright and not upside down. Okay, so now we got that, and now we got to cut our window. What? And I was thinking I'm going to do, I think I'm going to do green foil. I don't know. If I get a dark green, I'd like it to be dark green is what I want for this, is dark green. I really want dark green for this layer here, so I can do red and gold on top of it. And I'm going to cut these two out together like this to give me my frame to go around that. So let me find a piece of cardstock, or I might end up with foil, but I'll be right back. I'll show you. Hold on. Okay. I found some dark green. This is Anna Griffin Matte Dark Green foil. I think that is going to be so pretty, especially with the color, the color of our box down here. And then all the other things we layer on top of it, because we're going to have poinsettias and stuff. I think this is going to be pretty cool. So let's go ahead and put that on now. And let's see. I think I can... Oh, I just noticed there's some more little pieces that need to get dislodged. Like so. I'm pretty sure that's it. Okay, and now we'll just put glue on the back of this. It's all embossed and stuff. I'm not worried about seeing this glue because of all the embossed detail. You won't even notice this. So I'm just going to put a healthy amount because I'm gluing it right down to the window there. And then that way this will make it stay forever and ever. And I need to get a block. I use a Prima stamping block from eons ago. Hold on, let me pop that right there. Oops, sorry about that. I use these. I got them 1,000 years ago. It feels like it was a few years ago. They're Prima stamping blocks. They're for the Julie Nutting dolls. Yeah, and for the big stamps. And so I've got really big ones as well. I use them just to hold stuff down because they're a great paperweight. And so sometimes you can get them on Amazon, but if you type in large stamping block with handle, they come up. Look at how pretty that's going to be. Loving it. Oh, that's so beautiful. And now while that's adhering, what we're going to do is we're going to behave and put these away so that way we're not getting too cluttery and on our table. And we're going to get our other dies. Oh, look at these. This darn squeaky stool. I gotta get a new stool or give this one grease or something. Boy, they aren't a kidding. That squeaky wheel gets the grease. Whew. Oh, so that's the box. So if you just wanted to end it, the tutorial probably ended 10 minutes ago. That was the box. You don't have to cut the window out or anything. You could just make the cover and then that would be super fun as well. Yeah, so that's it. And now we're just going to decorate it. So let's see. I'm going to cut my nutcracker out. I love this little guy. I'm going to do him in gold, a black hat, black boots, and a red jacket is what I'm going to cut him out in. Yeah, I'm going to do that. And then the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut several... I'm going to cut several poinsettias out of this other set and some greenery. I'm probably going to... So I think I'm going to do... Let's see. I'm going to do these in some pretty red cardstock. I'm going to do this probably... This whole piece in red cardstock probably about 3 times. Yeah, about 3 times. And then I'm probably going to do this in green. The same thing about 3 times. Yeah, 3 or 4 times on this one in green. This one I'm going to do in red. And I'm probably going to make about 4 of these. I'm going to have one. I could have one. So 1 large one here. 2 mediums. Potentially a small. And then I could do 1 large one up there. So I think I'm probably going to do this at least 4 times in red cardstock. This one in red. And then we'll use the holly leaves to give us green foliage. And I might cut these two out. Maybe in gold. And yeah, maybe this one in gold. And maybe this one in a different color of green. And the bow I'll probably do that in red. Or gold. I'll probably do that in gold, actually. Gold. And then, yeah, so let's take that out and take this one out. And take this one out. Okay, we're using all of those. And maybe this one. Let me cut those out and I'll be right back. And we'll just see what we end up with, okay? Hold on. Okay, so I got all my elements cut. And, I've shaped and put a few of the flowers together. And so I was just going to do this last one with you. Basically what I have is I have a foam pad. You can use craft foam. You can use whatever thin squishy thing you have. Even a silicone mat you could probably do this with. You get more, though, the thicker your foam is, you get more shape. You're just going to take a ball tool, the end of a round pen, or the end of a round pencil. Anything will work. You don't have to have specifically this tool. But all I do is I take and I flip the flowers over, the flower petals over. I poke them in the center, and then I just kind of work the tool up and down each of the petal leaves. So I just poke in the center, and then I work up and down each of the petals, and just try to like contour it into like a rounded cup situation, and just to give it some kind of life, so that way it's just not limp and formless. And then I flip it over, poke the ball tool down in, just a firm, gentle pressure to cup it back up the direction I want it to go. So flip it over like that, push the ball tool, and it's a small ball, it's not very big, and then working it up and down the petal leaf. So push in the center and then work up and down the petal leaf like that. Push in the center, work up and down the petal leaf, and then just a couple of strokes, not that big of a deal. Super quick, flip it back over, and then poke the ball tool down in the center and swirl it a little. And then you get your little poinsettias like that. And it's super easy, and you can do that with any flower. It's the same technique. And then depending on which way you form the leaf, you can twist it with a curling tool as well. You can give it little all different types of dimension. It's great. And then all I do is I just hot glue them together. So then a little dab in the very center, not too much, that was probably way too much. And then I offset the petals and I poke it down in the center with my ball tool. Them being offset though, like that. And then just let the hot glue set up, and then proceed. And I can put a gem, take off all my little hot glue webs there. And then I could put a gem in the center, a half pearl in the center. I can put some a drop of glue and some glitter in the center, and it just all comes out really pretty. You do the same thing with your leaves as well. Turn them over, and then you just work the ball tool up. So poke it in the center, work the ball tool back and forth on the back side of the leaf. And then what you can do is you can take a smaller ball tool in the middle of the berries and poke them in the berries, turn them over, poke in the center of the berries, and that way it kind of forms a fun little leaf pattern like that. And you just do that with all your different foliages, and I mean, that's all I do. And then that's what we're gonna do. So I've got 2 larger ones and 2 smaller ones, like medium size, a few different styles of foliage. So I got green cardstock, some dark, I think this is cranberry cardstock from Stamps of Life. I think this is Stamps of Life Spearmint. This is Michael's red foil. This is Sizzix gold glitter out of their opulent cardstock pack. And then some Anna Griffin green vellum. And thought that that's just going to make a nice little variety, a little cluster variety. And so then there's my little nutcracker. And so I cut him out in black cardstock. And I just put a piece of tape on the back of this and paper pieced his little boot pieces back in. The same with his little hat. Tape on the back side, and then just press them into the tape, the little pieces. And so here we have our little red foil So we're just going to put a little bit of glue on the back side of this. Just a touch to get it to adhere. Line it up on the front. I mean, this is as easy as he is. So he cuts out like that. Then you cut each of these darling little pieces, little accent pieces out in whatever colors you want. And boom, nutcracker, there it is. Pop his little feet on, or his little boots on. And super simple. Like, these little decoupage characters are so easy and they're fun. They make a great little Christmas accent embellishment. And then pop his head on, same thing. Just glue him down. And like, right, how awesome is this little fella? I mean, that is pretty sweet. Look at that guy. Look at him. I mean, that's pretty good, right? That's like, what a cute little embellishment, right? So he's going to be the star of our show on the front of the box. And so now this, I'm pretty sure, is done. I have my hot glue on, my hot glue gun on, just because I'm pretty sure I'm going to need that for these. And the other thing I was thinking was, I think I want to take some wax. I think I want to take some gold wax and accent my leaves and stuff, just to give them a little something, something. So I'm going to take a Sizzix. I'm going to take just a dab of Sizzix, what is this? Luster wax here. And this stuff is nice. It does not take a lot at all. And if you don't like messy stuff, probably use a little sponge or a little brush. And I just do my finger and just dab it in there. It does not take a lot at all. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to just swipe this on the ends, just to give it a little vintagey kind of feel, little vibe. Add a little golden, like so. I think as a whole, this is going to be super fun. Maybe just try to keep it on the ends of these larger ones, like this. I think this just adds a little fun element, another texture to the project, and just makes it fun. And this is obviously not necessary at all. We could have just left it as this cardstock and it would have come out absolutely beautiful. So do not think that you need to do this. If you don't have it, don't worry about it. I would not go out and buy it. I would just have fun with what's in your stash, especially with Christmas coming up. And we, as crafters, I'm sure, have tons of stuff. Even new crafters, buying stuff on clearance and things like that probably have accumulated more than you think. Because you could do this. It doesn't have to be this. You could do this with, if you have the Simon Hurley, Simon Hurley, what is that stuff called? That he has a line of something that, he's got a few lines of fun little mixed media type stuff. Because this could definitely be the Cosmic Shimmer paste. Hold on. Like, it's just an accent, so you could use a Nouveau Glacier paste. You could use luster polish. You could use gilding polish. I used to use a lot of gilding polish. I don't know why. I think because I ended up with like so many new things. Simon Hurley's lunar paste. You could use, if you have any of this Prima acrylic paint, or this is Finnabair. We'll buy Prima acrylic paint in. This is Ancient Coin. This is fun too. Any of this type. If you have just metallic paint, acrylic paint, like folk art or any of that stuff, if you do like toll painting or anything, that stuff would work as well. If you have any of the metallic paints, would totally work. Like anything, glitter, like I said, put some glue on in the center, or put some glue on the edge, and put some glue on the edge and of your like leaves and petals and stuff, and put a little glitter on there. It would be super fun. I'm thinking this stuff is nice. It dries really fast and it doesn't come off. I love it. But there again, whatever your style is, you do you, because that is what needs to shine through, is you, the creator, the crafter, the designer. It's your design choice. Like, how fun is that though, right? I love this stuff. It's so fast too. And I don't mind getting messy. But what if we add some to this? I wonder what it would look like on here. Let's accent everything. I'm just gonna swipe it on here. Not really worrying about it. There, a little bit of shimmer on those. And okay, I think that's good enough. Yeah, it does not have to be perfect because it's just an accent. And it's just something your eye is gonna like glance over and go, oh, that's nice. Okay, hang on, I'll be right back. Okay, and now for the centers, I'm just gonna put a pretty, a gold half pearl. These are the diamond press ones, and they already have adhesive on them. Look how pretty those are. They come in like all different flavors. You can get them however. I got these on a secret sale on HSN. They were so nice. So I think in the two smaller ones, we'll just, hey. Oh, that's a sticky dot. Pop these down. And like so. Fluff my little leaves back up. Like right? Oh, what a great little accent. But I think I'm going to use my little pick tool here to snatch these off so they're not sticking to my fingers. And then I'm going to use a bigger one for... I wonder if this is too big. Do you think this is going to be too big? Oh. No, probably not. That looks pretty fun. That's pretty good. Yeah, and then we'll just do that. Like, that looks pretty good, right? Look at those beautiful little poinsettias. Okay, we'll just do that. Okay, now we got our hot glue on, so let's get her done. And I think what I'm going to do is, so I get some support on the box while I'm adding all these elements in, I'm going to slide this back on top of the box. So that way, yeah, it's got like support and stuff. And we can see the color on the inside. So while we're putting this together, I think I want to do like that. I want him to be here, but I need him to be popped up. I don't want it to be boring and just stuck down in 1D. So let's do this one. And then we want everything else. Like, right? Oh my good. You could leave it like this in all reality. I don't know what's on my window. Make sure your window's clean before you put it on. Wash your windows. Okay, and then let's do... I wasn't thinking about him being so down in the corner. I think I want to pop him and move him up a little bit. Come on, little fella. Ooh, those are sticky, whatever those ones are. Okay, there we go. I think I'm going to put him right there instead, because I want to see his boots. And give me a little more room for my little poinsettias here. And tuck this little guy in. That one had a little ripped leaf, but I thought, oh, we could just disguise it. It'll be fine. So I think I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to hot glue these ones down and just do that one up there. And I think that's going to be lovely. And then pop this one. And then we'll pop this little guy. I'm going to tuck his little ripped leaf under that big petal there. So that way it disguises his poor little broken petal. And now... Oh, whoops. Yeah, see, isn't that looking cute? And that green, that's a punch of Christmas right there, huh? Pretty dramatic. Okay, and then this little one will go right there. Oh, loving that. I think that's so pretty. And now let's just go ahead and tuck in the rest of our little foliages. And we can cut these. We do not have to use them so big like this. Yeah, this is seeming like actually this might be a little bit large. So let's go ahead and cut this down. I think it's going to be nicer with them single. Yeah, like that. I think we're going to want them more like that. And then we can do a little something like that. And, yeah. Oh, yeah, and there we go. And I think this is too big as well. And we'll do like that. Like that. Pop this guy up over here like so. Yeah, that's pretty good. We want to add some of this gold in. These little gold ones I cut out. This little gold glitter. Right? That looks pretty good. We can do like that. And then maybe something. So let me start gluing these in. So this little guy. I don't remember if this was on top or not. Oops. Where was this one? I don't think that one was on top. I think it was beneath. Well, it's stuck down now. Oh, no it's not. Now this is where you gotta take the picture. So you can see what goes where. There we go. Get our little hot glue webs off. And then I wanted some of this vellum because, oh yeah, that adds tons of texture. This little tiny vellum. And underneath there. Oh, try to be a little more careful with your gluage. Okay, now tuck these guys in. Oh, that's a lot of glue. Boy, this hot glue is very stringy. Let's get this little gold one in there. Oh yeah, right on top there. Like that. And then, oh, this guy probably has to, yep. There we go there. And we need a little something texture here. Maybe, yeah, like this little vellum needs to go somewhere. Oh yeah, right there, that'll work. Come on, sneak in there. Sometimes you get the hot glue on the back and it doesn't want to go back where you had it. Let's use a little piece of this one. Whoopsie. And pop this one in here. We'll go like that. And like, right? Isn't that looking pretty cute? Oh, get your hot glue webs off. Like, right? That's looking pretty good. I think that is so cute. And then, let's see. We just need a little bit more up at the top. Let's take this one off. And I bet we could, like, oh, these aren't even on. Oh, that's hilarious. Okay, let's shape our little leaf. Like so. And what did we have? Maybe this little guy? Somewhere. Oh, no, no, no. No, no. No. like that. And then I wonder if we could have... No, these guys got to get glued on here. Like that. And then... like that. And then I wonder if I can just put this one up here. Oh, that's perfect. Oh, right in the hot glue. Should have left it. It would have stayed. Oh, come on. Okay, where's my little tweezers at? Gotta get my little webs off. Okay, now I think that is gonna be awesome. Oh, so now do we have a spot for our little bow? So could we go like that, maybe? Pop it up. I think right there would be super cute. Oh, my little window. Whoops. My hurriedness. Oops. Got glue webs all over the window. Okay, that's better. And yeah, let's pop this here, but I think we'll put it with a with a dimensional. Oh, stick it in some... Oh, wow, yeah. Wait, that little guy got in some hot glue. But this needs to be cut down. And then we have a box. Oh, this is so fun. Oh, my heavens, how fun. Clean up my little embellishment here. And then look how darling that is. What do you guys think? That is pretty darn fun, isn't it? And then you can put a set of matching gift cards in this. Wouldn't that be a hoot? Oh, wait, we got to put our little pull tab on. I was trying to clean my little schmutzy window off. Aw, how rude. Wow. Okay. I'm going to have to go back and glue these down. Let's see. I need my pick tool, probably. Ugh. Come on. Oh, it doesn't have glue on it. Don't worry. Everything's going to be okay. Let's see. Oh my. That's a wily little thing. Let's fluff our little poinsettias back up from smashing in my little pearl, my little pearl center. There. Like, right? How adorable is this? Oh my heavens, that's adorable. Oh, so let's put our little pool and our eyelet in here. Hang on, let me grab that stuff. Hold on. Okay, so I've got these eyelets. These are the larger ones. I get this whole pack off of Amazon, and they come with the backer piece to make your eyelet a little bit more secure. And then I just use the 3/16 inch side, 3/16 inch side, and I just eyeball a hole. You should technically measure it. Let's see. This one's let's see what's... Oh, actually, where's the top? I'm gonna go at the top and go right in the center, and you should definitely measure this, but I'm a big fan of the eyeballing method. Although sometimes I'm like, oh, I should have measured afterwards, because I think I've got my measuring eye on and I don't. It ends up not evenly spaced. Okay, that looks good to me, right in the center. Your goal is the center. If you get it or not, well, you'll know when you put it in there. And I can already tell I didn't. That's okay. I tried. So you put the eyelet in the outside. The little washer goes on the inside. and then you put this little piece here in through the top, like the front side of it, and then this piece mashes it on the back. So we're going to put that up through the eyelet like this. And I think I'm actually on the wrong size, but that's okay. And so you end up with something that looks like that. And then look, that's pretty good, right? That looks so nice and tidy. And so now we're just going to take a chunk of this little crinkle ribbon, and we're going to, however long you want your pole, you need a bit to be able to tie a knot. So I think I'm going to go there. This is probably 6 inches or so, I'm guessing. Ish. Oh, it's 8.5. So then you're going to want to put a knot in, make a loop and put a knot in the end of it is all you're going to do. And this is a seam binding, crinkle seam binding ribbon. I call it crinkle ribbon, but it's actually seam binding. It's dyed, crinkled seam binding is all this is. And so then get your little knot in there, like so. Then you're just going to take the end. Oh, you could probably want to clean it up a little. You could burn the edges too as well. And then put it through the backside like this. Yeah, see, it's off. That's okay. But look at how cute. Isn't that great? That is so fun. It would have been like ideal if it was right there. All right, we'll measure your guys's. And then you're just going to slide this in its home. And it is going to be ready for greeting cards and a gift. Or a gift. As a gift, I meant. What is that on the inside? I think that, hot glue web is on the inside. Oh, it is. How in the world did it get in there? I don't know, but later on I'll take a Kleenex and I'll clean the window. So there you go. But right, how cute is that? That's pretty fun, right? This great little slider box. Oh, I think that is so cute. And then you got this, what it looks like from the end. And you got that great little plaid. You got that awesome little color on the inside from that other paper collection. Clean your webs off. You got all your 3D embellishments. And won't that make just a lovely gift for somebody? I think that's going to be really nice. And then you got that nice little eyelet detail on the top that makes it look super finished. Person can display it if they want to, or and use all the greeting cards on the inside. But yeah, I think that's it. And so the video is long enough. So this is an everyday one from Create. And then this is a cute little Christmas one if you want to make a greeting card gift set to give to a friend or family member, coworker, whatever. There you go. Let me know which one's your favorite. Thanks so much for hanging out. Until next time, happy crafting, everyone. Bye-bye.